Day 26 of the war in Ukraine, and everyone's hoping that the latest round of talks between Ukraine and Russia that's slated to happen today will provide some sort of a breakthrough and end the bloodshed in Ukraine. Several buildings in the capital city of Kyiv have suffered damage from relentless Russian bombardment. In Irpin, which is on the outskirts of Kyiv, many homes were seen ablaze as a result of Russian shelling, busting Russian claims of not targeting civilian infrastructure. That's clearly happening across Ukraine. In Energodar, unarmed people surrounded armed Russian personnel, forcing Russian troops to retract. One of the headlines of this war, and something that's got the world talking, is the resilience shown by Ukrainian civilians who are facing an all-out assault by Russians but are still coming out on the streets undeterred. The Ukrainian President, meanwhile, Zelenskyy, has stated that he's more than willing to have talks with his counterpart, Vladimir Putin, but warned that any failure of diplomacy can result in a World War III situation.
It is already the 25th day since Russian military has been vainly trying to find imaginary Nazis from whom they allegedly wanted to defend our people.
So that is the latest message from Zelenskyy. The Ukrainian president has on a daily basis been putting out video messages essentially to boost the morale of Ukrainians, saying very clearly that the government, the authorities are not going to give in to the Russians, and neither should the civilians either. Let's give you details of what Ukraine has claimed with regards to their fight back, how they've ensured that they're hitting back at the Russians. This is the Ukrainian authorities' claim of Russian losses in the last 26 days. According to them, 14,700 Russian personnel have died in the course of this war. Besides that, Ukraine has claimed to have downed 96 aircraft, particularly using, in fact, all of their anti-air missile machinery as well. Choppers, 118. Ukraine claims to have brought down. Remember that these are not verified by Russia. They've countered all of these statements. 476 tanks have in fact been destroyed by Ukraine is the claim. We've seen images also of that, of tanks being set on fire. These are Russian tanks. Armed vehicles, 1,487 have reportedly been destroyed by Ukraine. Artillery vehicles, 213 of them have been destroyed. And beyond that, even in fact the naval warfare that's happening, 3 warships, according to Ukraine, have been destroyed. These are Russian warships. Again, let me highlight, this is what Ukraine has claimed. Russia has countered, saying this is not true at all. And speaking of the Ukrainian fight back, Zelenskyy has maintained very clearly that Ukraine will not give up. Bruised and battered Ukraine, thereby showing remarkable courage and resilience in the face of an all-out offensive by Russia. Ukraine said there's no question of surrendering the city of Mariupol, the port city, after Russia called on Ukrainian forces on Sunday to lay down their arms. Ukraine's deputy prime minister has said, and I quote, "There can be no question of any surrender or laying down of arms." The Ukraine deputy prime minister was responding to a Russian general's offer of a safe passage to Ukrainian soldiers who surrender. Meanwhile, you had Ukraine President Zelenskyy once again rallying his war-torn country to come together, reminding it of the cardinal duty of fighting Russian atrocities. An emotional official statement that was released from Zelensky's office said Ukraine doesn't own huge territory or nuclear weapons, or for that matter oil and gas, but it has its people and its land, which according to him is gold. Most key Ukrainian cities are being shelled non-stop by the Russian army. Residential complexes, shopping centers, hospitals, theaters, even schools are being bombarded.
Там